Good morning. Welcome to Diction Addiction presenting Hindu editorial vocabulary and analysis series. Today's topic is pandemic resilience on call for a new health law post COVID 19. This article published in Hindu newspaper on 23rd December 2020 and moderator Dr.K.P.S. Learner. Here I have gathered a few pictures related to the editorial. With these pictures, we may understand the contents of the editorial in a better way. That's why this introduction part I say pictorial primer. The first one, it is Parliament building where Parliament members would sit and debate and resolve to make a laws which is going to implement throughout the India, and also there are decisions made in the Parliament, and there are certain issues which cannot be agreed by the members that will be sent to the Parliament standing committees, or sometimes Parliament standing committees are formed to on certain issues where they'll get recommendation from the standing committees on various issues. So one of the Parliament standing committee constituted to form a public health law of, of post COVID-19. So that's what we are discussing in this today's article. It's a public health law. And third picture is effects of COVID-19 on the globe. The globe has affected very seriously in all aspects. If you look into the major ones, education, almost 1.6 billion of students are out of school. The planet survival is all depends on the sustainable schemes, means conserving the planet for the next generation is all depends on the how you protect. So more investments are required for the clean energy transition, but 30% less you can see in the climate related issues. And the third important factor is poverty. Almost every individual and family have experienced the effect of COVID directly or indirectly. But the people who are earning money through the regular jobs are not really affected. But people who are working on daily basis are really affected. Especially their unorganized sectors are affected. If you look into the calculations, almost 135 million people pushed into the poverty by 2030. And the fourth picture is where I'm showing a bed in the hospital. National Health Profile 2019 says that in India, we have 0.55 bed for 1,000 people in government hospitals. At the same time, if you look into the other aspects of the hospital, less than one doctor for 1,000 people, less than one nurse for 1,000 people. This is what is in the government or public sector. Because of this reason, because of this infrastructure and personal shortage in the government hospital, other and private hospitals who are used the situation and profited a lot irrespective of the crisis. Instead of helping the people and the government, private hospital have taken the advantage of the situation. Here, health insurance also played important role in the pandemic. Those who are having insurance, those people are entertained in the private hospital. Without insurance, they do not entertain. If at all you want to take the insurance also, insurance companies have increased the policy amount vary almost 24% of volume of sum issued. For example, you are insuring for 1 lakh, the policy became premium became 25,000. This is staggering price. In the especially in the insurance also, the people above the age of 65 are not included. So COVID-19 really affected the elder people who are having above 65. They have to spend their money to see that they are okay with the COVID-19 infection, all is from their pocket or earnings. So we have omitted the people who are above the 65, that should not be done. And government wants to invest 2.5% on health sector. That is GDP. 2.5% of GDP wants to invest in the health sector. So what is the GDP? Gross domestic product. If at all they can, if they succeed in investment in 2.5% of GDP, total GDP, then all the facilities in the state government and central government hospital would be improved, and we can move out of the clutches of private hospitals. This is what is a pictorial primer for the today's article. Now we will read the article. The report of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs calling for comprehensive public health act as a response to the extreme stress caused by COVID-19 is a welcome call to reform fragmented health system. When the pandemic arrived, National Health Profile 2009 data showed that there were an estimated 0.55 government hospital beds per 1,000 people. Prolonged underinvestment in public health infrastructure thus left millions seeking help from highly commercialized private sector with little regulatory oversight. The situation was even worse in rural areas where care facilities are weaker and urban workers are fled to their villages afraid of the cost of falling sick in the cities. Acknowledging these distortions and the inadequacy of existing legal frameworks, the panel has called for an omnibus law that will curb profiteering during such crises and provide robust cashless health insurances. It is indictment of the feverish commerce surrounding the healthcare provision. However, can serve a large purpose if it covers overall system reform. Addressing the structural asymmetry created by misguided policies, India has committed itself to coordinate such as the Sustainable Development Goals, but continues to avoid making the right to health a full legal and justifiable right under national health policy. Among the committee observations is that because of insurance cover for many and oversight on hospital ensure that patients are not turned away in the crisis such COVID-19. while the panel is right to view this as a breach of trust. One of the pandemic's impact has been a staggering rise in premiums, especially for senior citizens, of even up to 25% of the insured value. What is more, the insurance regulator IRDAI set the 65 as the maximum age of entry for standard policy earlier this year, affecting older uninsured citizens. Such age limits must be fully removed. The answer to creating an equitable framework lies in tax funded system, with the government being the single and sole payer to care providers. This is a long pending recommendation from the erstwhile Planning Commission and should be part of any reform. The government, as a single payer, if not sole care provider at present, would be better to able to resist the commercial pressure in determining the cost. This is equally applicable for central government procurement of essential drugs, which can then be distributed free. Legal reform must provided for a time-bound transition to universal state provide health service under right-based non-exclusionary framework with state implementing it. Private arrangements can be an option. COVID 19 has exposed the dangers of excessive reliance on private territory care. Corrective lies in raising public spending to promised 2.5% of GDP on public facilities that are universally accessible. The highlighted words are explained in the next slide. So here I tried a different way of explaining the words. I have included the pictures for a better understanding and assimilation of the vocabulary. The first word is distortion, which is a noun. The act of twisting or altering something out of true or natural or original state. Left side you see the first panel is original one. When you twist, alter the structure and the quality or shape as change. That is what is called as distortion. Example, a distortion of facts. Second word is omnibus. It's a noun. Usually automotive public vehicle designed to carry a large number of passengers. Here in this editorial, omnibus law, they used it, means need to get lot of changes. Example, the panel has called for an omnibus law that will curb profiteering during such crisis and provide robust cashless health insurance. Omnibus law means the law has to be get many modifications to the existing one to accommodate the most of the good things. Third one is profiteering. It's gaining. It's a you are getting a lot of money when you're doing a business. Fourth word is indictment. It's a noun, a formal written statement framed by prosecuting authority and found by a jury, charging with the offense. So any document which is prepared by the prosecutor to submit for the prosecutor to submit it to the jury, and that will tell you the what kind of offenses are done by the client, that person. That's what is indictment. Fifth word is feverish. It's an adjective. meaning a tending to cause fever. Feverish, people says that I'm feeling feverish, means temperature has raised. But here, the meaning of the feverish means marked by intense emotion or activity. So they forget the normal sense and they are doing business. That's what you say. Feverish excitement. Sixth word is covenantant. It's a noun as well as you can be used as a verb. It means usually formal agreement or pledge or a promise. Example, India has committed itself to a covenant such as sustainable development goals. Seventh word is resilience. It's a noun, meaning the capacity to recover quickly from the difficulties or toughness. Example, pandemic resilience. You see, the seventh figure tells you that because of pandemic, all blocks were collapsed, but the boy or a man is trying to keep them right. So that's what is a resilience, getting back from the difficult. You know, you're taking less time to get back to the normal. Resilience is all, it depends on the personality and character. Eighth word is kernel. It's a noun meaning the part of nut that is inside the shell and can be eaten. You can see eighth word, eighth figure. Second meaning is central part of any operating system, right? So you see anything you consider as most important in a particular activity that you can say kernel. So panel call for a new health law post COVID-19 is a kernel to reform. So most of the important aspect has to be modified. Ninth word is staggering. It's an adjective meaning deeply shocking or astonishing. You see the price of the stag going up or going down, but it is shocking. It's not gradual. All of a sudden it will happen. That's what is staggering. Example, the staggering bill for maintenance and repair of the building or vehicle. Tenth word is pandemic. Adjective meaning a disease prevalent over whole country or the world. You see, the pandemic of COVID pandemic is prevalent in every country, every state of the world. That's what you can visualize in the tenth figure. That's what is a pandemic. Finally, one sentence from the moderator that governments governments which are there in power since independence are now in the power second time. They are forgetting basic things, that is providing education, health, and the food to the all the people in the country. So most of the people, whatever they are earning, 80% of the money they are spending on their health. So from their pocket. So as long as they'll spending most of their earnings on health, means there is no way that they're progressing. Sometimes, many times, people with the no guaranteed income, they end up with the debits because of poor health. They don't eat properly and they'll suffer. They'll go to the hospitals. They'll go to the private hospitals. They see that big bills cannot be, they have to spend their whole life to clear those big bills. So it is now government has to take initiation to establish the best health system in India so that that indicates the progressive, or that's a way to eliminate or eradicate the poverty in the state and center, the state. That's all from my side. If at all you like this method, just leave a comment so that I can continue the same, or there is a possibility to improve also. Thank you all for watching and listening the video.